3 Alabama fertility clinics paused in vitro fertilization treatments after a decision by the Alabama Supreme Court. The court ruled embryos created during IVF are children, and couples can sue under the state's wrongful death law. Doctors across the country, including here in North Carolina, are keeping a close eye on what comes next. WRO's Shelley Jackson spoke with a fertility doctor in Raleigh and joins us live. Shelley, what impact, if any, could we see here in North Carolina?
Well, Gerald, more people could come to North Carolina for IVF treatment, and it's hard to say whether this will stay in Alabama or not. I spoke today with a doctor here at Carolina Conceptions. She says she's following this closely, and she is very concerned.
The Alabama Supreme Court ruled that embryos created and stored for in vitro fertilization, or IVF, are children. It's a decision Dr. Megan Bowling, IVF director at Carolina Conceptions, is watching closely.
The Alabama decision is very important and has led to a lot of concern and honestly fear among the infertility doctors throughout the nation.
Carolina Conceptions has 9,000 embryos stored at this fertility clinic in Raleigh. Couples freeze extra embryos because it usually takes 1 to 3 embryo transfers to get a baby.
If we are only allowed to fertilize one embryo at a time or be limited in how many embryos we create because there's concerns about having frozen embryos, it will have a massive impact on patients' ability to have success with IVF.
Lauren Garrett already has 2 kids from IVF and just did another embryo transfer this week. She is thinking about the embryos she has frozen and what she would do.
Do we discard those now? Is our family complete now? Do we keep trying and take that risk that something like that will happen in North Carolina, and then we're going to be forced to make those decisions then?
These are my twin girls who are now 12. This is my son who's 9, and this is my daughter who's 5.
Bowling studied at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, and had her own IVF treatment at one of those clinics that has paused services.
This isn't happening here in North Carolina, but, you know, anything can happen.
Now, 11 states already have fetal personhood laws on the books. 4, including South Carolina, can prosecute women for abuse and child endangerment. Gerald?
Shelley Jackson live in Raleigh. Shelley, thank you.